Hi everyone, so today I wanted to give a quick review of Mojada by Luis Alfaro. So as I said in my introduction video, I am an actress, so I'll probably be doing reviews of plays that I read as well as traditional books that I read. And that's probably what I'm going to start off with, just focusing on books while my algorithm gets growing. But let me know if you're interested down the line in me reviewing like TV shows that I watch and films that I watch, and actual like productions of plays that I watch. But anyway, so today I wanted to review Mojada by Luis Alfaro, and this is part of his Alfaro's Greek trilogy. And so what it is Luis Alfaro has retold 3 Greek stories and made them modern, and they're modern Chicane retellings of the classic Greek stories. So we have Electricidad, which is a retelling of Electra, Oedipus el Rey, which is a retelling of Oedipus Rex, and Mojada, which is a retelling of Medea. Now, as you can probably tell from my screen name down below, Medea Neo is short for Medea Neoteric Sketches, which is the name of the marching band show my high school did when I was a sophomore, and that was, if not the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube, it's definitely one of the first ones, and so that's where I got my screen name from. So Medea has a very special place in my heart, and I do want to say that Mojada follows the story pretty well, like the main beats of the story, it does follow it. And so there will be some spoilers for Mojada and for Medea, since it's pretty much just, it does follow the original storyline pretty well. So I do want to say that there are different versions of the Medea story, but this is the version that I'm familiar with. And that is, so we're first introduced to Medea in the story of the Argonauts, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not very familiar with that particular myth, but Medea meets Jason in that story and they fall in love. She helps him get the golden fleece, and that happens for sure. And it is my understanding that in order to help Jason, she essentially betrays her family in order to help him. They're in love, and she chooses him over her family, and it results in the death of her brother. And then so they get married, they have children, and they're living happily until Jason leaves her for the daughter of the king. He just straight up leaves her and takes the kids with him. And so Medea is not only incredibly heartbroken, she is incredibly angry because she gave up her life for this man and he just betrayed her and took the kids. And so she ends up getting her revenge by sending the new wife a dress and a crown that are poisoned. So when she puts it on, she gets poisoned, and then in attempting to help her father gets poisoned too, so they die. And in a final act on revenge, knowing that this is really gonna hurt Jason more than anything, she kills their 2 sons as well. And so yeah, so that's the story of Medea, and that's the story of Mojada. There are obviously some differences. So Medea in this instance is a Mojada, which is a derogatory term. It's Spanish for wetback, so it is a derogatory term. And so she is in the country illegally. And so Jason, she's scared of leaving her home, so that's kind of where her marital problems with Jason start in this play. So he starts growing closer to his boss, and he ends up marrying his boss in order to get legal status, his green card, and then pass that green card on to his kid. And in this story, there's only one son. So he marries this woman. He assures Medea that he still loves her, but he has betrayed her, and she kills her son as an act of revenge for Jason, but also because she sees how Americanized her son is becoming. So she is doing everything in her power to not assimilate. She doesn't leave her home. She's absolutely scared of leaving her home because of her status. And she is also, so she stays there, but she wants her son to keep speaking their native language. So they actually speak an indigenous language, and they speak Spanish and an additional indigenous language. So she's trying to keep that Mexican culture alive in her son, and Jason is doing everything in his power to make sure his son fully assimilates. So he like changes his son's shoes from sandals to sneakers. He buys him an American soccer jersey and gets rid of his Mexican soccer jersey, and he tells his son to only speak English. So after the son comes back from spending the day with his dad and his dad's new wife, and he hears his mother speaking in their native tongue, he says, "You need to speak English, Mom." And he goes into the house and she kills him. So I thought this was an interesting way to modernize that story. I really enjoyed it. I definitely prefer the more female-oriented stories of retellings of Luis Alfaro. I liked Electricidad and Mojada a lot more than I liked Oedipus el Rey. That isn't to say that Oedipus el Rey is a bad play. It just, I think I definitely prefer the female-focused stories of Electricidad and Mojada better. In terms of which one I prefer between Electricidad and Mojada, I have a special place in Electricidad because that was like the last production I did acting wise as an undergrad, but this was also very, very good. And if you're interested in modern retellings, or you really like the Greek story and you are interested in seeing a modern retelling of those Greek stories, I highly recommend it. But overall, I rate this 4 stars, and I recommend it to anyone that's interested in checking it out.